Hi, thank you for watching Digging to China. I'm Dong Sheng. If you have not done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. In recent times, a news story from mainland China has caught the eye of both domestic and international media. What's the scoop? Well, it involves all economic bloggers in mainland China, ranging from those with a modest following to individuals who have been under a speaking ban for years. They've collectively received notifications from the official Weibo platform, urging them to refrain from sharing content that speaks negatively about China's economic situation. It's widely known that China is a country without freedom of speech. Criticizing the Communist Party, the government, or party leaders is off limits. However, there was a certain level of leeway when it comes to discussing economic matters without facing outright censorship. Official channels typically curated the narratives and promoted what they deemed as positive energy. Nevertheless, the current scenario has progressed to the extent that even narrative control and the promotion of positive perspectives are deemed inadequate, resulting in an outright ban on certain discussions. Take, for example, the individuals who have faced censorship, Liu Jinping and Ma Guangyuan. Their significance cannot be understated, given that they are esteemed economists officially recognized in China. Liu Jinping holds the position of Dean at the Capital Finance Research Institute of the China University of Political Science and Law. He has been involved in the drafting of crucial laws like security law, state-owned assets law, and the securities investment fund law. Ma Guangyuan is equally noteworthy, serving as a member of the Beijing Municipal Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference. In 2016, he participated in an economic symposium hosted by Xi Jinping in Zhongnanhai. And in 2021, he received another invitation to join an economic meeting and led by Li Keqiang. Even individuals of such high stature find themselves unable to escape the current wave of censorship imposed by the CCP. Furthermore, the security apparatus has taken direct action, asserting that those who speak negatively about China's economy are essentially rejecting the country's system and path, constituting an attack. The new stance suggests that individuals criticizing China's economic situation might be branded as spies and face potential arrest. This perspective was reinforced during the Central Political Bureau Annual Economic Conference held at the end of the year, emphasizing the substantial importance attached to this issue by the central leadership. In the annual report addressing China's economic challenges in 2023, a significant focus was placed on the term confidence, indicating a widespread lack of it within society. The report suggests a strategy for restoring confidence by strengthening economic propaganda and guiding public opinion in 2024. The inclusion of this approach in the Central Political Bureau's annual economic conference implies that negative content about China's economy may become scarce on domestic platforms in the future. Instead, the prevailing trend is expected to shift towards positive portrayals with an abundance of voices expressing praise. In early December, the Chinese leadership gathered for the Central Economic Work Conference to set economic policies for the upcoming year. Intriguingly, the initial insights into these forthcoming policies were not officially disclosed but surfaced through a social media outlet associated with intelligence agencies. A week prior to the Central Economic Work Conference, China's National Security Department released a statement on its official WeChat account, featuring a peculiar assertion. In this article, the department expressed its commitment to combating negative public opinion regarding China's economy. The statement suggested an ongoing effort to discredit China's economic strength, using false narratives to construct misleading discourse and misconceptions. This strategy, it implies, aimed to persistently undermine and attack China's distinctive socialist system and the developmental path. Additionally, the article hinted at a notable shift in the structural landscape of China's economic policy planning. Looking back today, it becomes evident that Economic Work Conference indeed aligned with the prior notice from the National Security Department. The conference explicitly outlined its commitment to suppress any discourse that undermines the economy. The National Security Department's proactive disclosure of major policy shifts within the Chinese Communist Party underscores its authority and exceptional privileges. This reveals a confidence that it doesn't fear information leaks or the early exposure of policy changes. It signifies that the National Security Department holds a distinct and influential position in the formulation of new policies within the Chinese Communist Party. Last summer marked the establishment of China's National Security Department's official WeChat public account. The headline of its inaugural post on August 1st was striking: mobilizing the entire society for counter-espionage. It made a powerful entrance, promptly initiating a grassroots counter-espionage movement. Posts released during the Central Economic Work Conference on December 11 to 12, and a similar post following another critical economic policy meeting in late October suggest an expanding scope of authority of China's National Security Department. Notably, this marks the first explicit mention of defending China's economy. Throughout the years of the Chinese Communist Party's rule, there hasn't been an era where the National Security Department or espionage agencies were deemed necessary to safeguard China's economy. Now, the National Security Department has taken a prominent role, publicly declaring its commitment to catch spies and defend China's economic interests. It's remarkably uncommon that the National Security Department is taking the lead in explaining China's economic policy for 2024, even within the inner circles of the Chinese Communist Party. Growing indications suggest that individuals who provide objective facts and data to elucidate the economic downturn in China might encounter pressure. In the worst-case scenario, if they express their views too extensively, there is a potential risk of being detained. Though the National Security Department's core responsibility is counter-espionage, it is progressively expanding its involvement in economic matters. According to China's National Security Department, offering overly pragmatic explanations for the challenging economic situation and echoing incorrect theories as advanced by foreign entities that China's economy is declining is deemed a threat to national security. Consequently, the government has indicated that individuals expressing dissenting views on economic analysis may be subject to penalties. The bold actions of China's National Security Department are not arbitrary. They are sanctioned and vividly reflect the intentions of Xi Jinping. In November 2013, a year into Xi Jinping's leadership, the third plenary sessions of the 18th Central Committee was convened. During this session, Xi Jinping ostensibly pleaded commitment to reform and openness, leading many to believe that China's policies would remain unchanged. However, it was after this third plenary session that Xi Jinping established the National Security Commission in November 2013, entrusting his close confidant Cai Qi with its leadership. Initially perceived by many as a symbolic or nominal institution, the National Security Commission has surprisingly transformed into a potent body with substantial law enforcement and decision-making authority. This signifies the initial phase of Xi Jinping's introduction of a new security framework. After the establishment of the National Security Commission, Xi Jinping publicly emphasized the urgent need to strengthen centralized and unified leadership over national security. At that time, many within the CCP struggled to understand the reasons behind Xi Jinping's decision and its perceived importance. The prevailing viewpoint was that the committee possessed limited powers, primarily serving as an organization to facilitate cooperation among existing administrative bodies. Some observers initially thought that the National Security Commission was under the jurisdiction of the State Council, representing the central government and including the National Security Department, the Ministry of Public Security, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Ministry of National Defense. However, in reality, the National Security Commission has always been under the direct leadership of Xi Jinping and not the State Council. In the ensuing decade, Cai Qi experienced a rapid ascent. As a member of the party's highest decision-making body, the Politburo Standing Committee, he continued to hold the responsibility for overseeing national security affairs. In the past 10 years, as the authority of this committee has gradually strengthened, laws pertaining to national security have undergone enhancements as well. Laws like the anti-espionage law, national security law, counter-terrorism law, and the national intelligence law have been successively introduced after the establishment of the National Security Commission. With the support of these laws, the control over powers and the forces related to national security has essentially centralized in the hands of Xi Jinping. The Espionage Control Division of the National Security Department and the social order control functions of the Ministry of Public Security have also been reinforced, contributing to the unfolding developments. Examples include the implementation of the national security law in Hong Kong in 2020 and the earlier arrest of some foreign invested enterprises in 2023. In the past several decades, the People's Liberation Army has been tasked with the responsibility of maintaining a stable security environment to support China's reform, opening up, and economic growth. However, there has been a shift in the role of national security organizations, which now focus on suppressing expressions that indicate China's economic decline under the pretext of economic security. This means that the connection between safeguarding China's security and the PLA has diminished, with a greater emphasis on security agencies and counter-espionage organizations. This transformation is viewed as quite unusual within China. In addition to the National Security Department, the Ministry of Public Security has also become involved in economic affairs. On December 22nd, China's Ministry of Public Security issued a new decree announcing their intention to impose bans on individuals spreading rumors, deactivate accounts, and establish blacklists for internet personalities. The Cybersecurity Protection Bureau of the Ministry of Public Security released the 2023 Special Operation Report on cleaning up the internet, identifying online rumors as a key target for crackdown and rectification. From April to July, a 100-day special campaign was launched to address issues such as the surge of rumors during significant events. This initiative focused on investigating and rectifying various illegal activities involving the online dissemination of rumors and false information. The Cybersecurity Protection Bureau of the Ministry of Public Security has reported the resolution of over 4,800 cases related to online rumors by the end of the year. They identified more than 6,300 individuals involved in spreading false information and lawfully shut down over 34,000 accounts engaged in illegal and irregular activities. Additionally, a new anti-rumor policy has been announced, with the aim of ensuring sustained societal stability and fully safeguarding the legitimate rights and interests of the people. The Ministry of Public Security's Party Committee has designated 2024 as a special year for a one-year nationwide special operation to crack down on and rectify online rumors involving all public security agencies. In the meeting, Deputy Director Shi You of the Cybersecurity Protection Bureau at the Ministry of Public Security directed attention towards internet celebrities, especially those with a substantial following. The Ministry of Public Security has now specified the criteria for individuals subject to their actions, specifically focusing on those with over 500,000 followers. Deputy Director Shi You mentioned that internet celebrities with considerable online influence will face scrutiny from public security authorities. They will collaborate with relevant departments to promote industry development in accordance with laws and regulations. Firstly, identify the indicators of online rumors. Take strict legal measures against internet celebrities who generate, piggyback on, or manipulate trending topics, as well as against online fake accounts that exploit these trends for profit. Secondly, analyze and address management loopholes in website platforms and advocate for the establishment of a blacklist system for accounts engaging in illegal activities. Thirdly, enhance promotional guidance, conducting legal education and reminders aimed specifically at key internet celebrity groups. Examining these specific measures makes it clear that the Ministry of Public Security is openly seeking to regulate internet celebrities. In essence, whether or not you are spreading rumors or believing in them, having over 500,000 followers makes you subject to supervision by the Cybersecurity Protection Bureau of the Ministry of Public Security. This is quite alarming. The influence wielded by individuals on the internet should be treated with respect and protection, with legal consequences addressed if there are violations. However, the current strategy employed by the Chinese Communist Party involves intimidation, where individuals with over 500,000 followers are under constant scrutiny, creating an atmosphere of online terror. This also signals a further tightening of speech control in China in 2024. Based on the Ministry of Public Security's press release, it is evident that the Chinese Communist Party lacks trust in these websites and the social media platforms, as indicated by its proposal to establish a blacklist. What does this imply? In the past, both the Ministry of Public Security and the websites had the authority to delete posts and suspend accounts. The process of deleting posts and suspending accounts on websites was not closely monitored, targeting individual accounts, and individuals could simply register new accounts after suspension. However, with the recent measures introduced by the Ministry of Public Security, there is a shift from managing accounts to overseeing individuals offline. If an account violates the rules, the individuals behind it will be added to the Ministry of Public Security's blacklist. This implies close monitoring and regulation of these individuals. Furthermore, this form of management excludes social media platforms from participation. This not only reflects a lack of trust in these platforms, but also indicates that the Ministry of Public Security is depriving social platforms of certain user management rights. In the past, the Chinese Communist Party primarily shaped narratives on social media platforms, promoting what they deemed as positive content. They employed measures such as blocking, restricting, and in severe cases, terminating accounts that shared negative information. However, the landscape has changed. Now, both the Ministry of Public Security and the National Security Department are directly involved. Those who express concerns or analyze information regarding China's economic decline may find themselves on a blacklist, labeled as spies. Moving forward, it appears that everyone will be compelled to adhere to the positive news dictated by the CCP. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Just click the subscribe button right here. I'll see you again shortly. Until then, be well.